I hope that the buildup of that music was totally worth it for this. And if it wasn't, I kind of don't care because I super enjoyed that vibe. My name is Michael Maher. I am the Chief ID Officer of Cartology. We are a full service agency. We work with brands. We help them to win on Amazon. And this is Michael Maher Live, the most originally named show in the entire universe, because why not just name it after yourself? We just talk on this show about read the bottom of this format. It says how brands stay ahead in a fast changing world. I think everything always feels like it's getting faster every single moment. You look at the internet, that sped things up. You look at e-commerce growing, marketplaces, that started to speed things up. You got these big players like
Mhm.
Shopify, Amazon, things just started to grow and grow and grow. And then you start to layer in things like machine learning and automation and data management, and then you add an AI, and everything just feels like it's continuing to go a little bit fever pitch. I think that that's probably true, and this is still my opening, yes, but I feel like that's probably true. However, I think there's probably a lot of basics that you need to nail. At least that isn't true on the Amazon side before you can ever get to some of the flashy, cool stuff. But we talk about how to help brands to stay relevant in that world. And today I have Sandy Dedeian. She's the founder of Rectified Inc. Welcome to the show. Sorry I took 2.5 minutes to intro you, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm the founder of Rectified Inc. Well, before that, hi, Michael. I forgot to say
Hello.
hi. I forgot to say hi to
Oh, it's
everyone who's
fine.
here. So I'm the founder of Rectified Inc. I'm a marketing and growth consultant, and I work with direct-to-consumer brands to help them grow and scale their brands, like becoming the go-to brand in their category. And that's about it in 2 words.
Why is direct to consumer? I didn't say that very well. Why is direct to consumer exciting for you? Because I feel like it is.
Mm,
I get that
mm,
vibe from you. Why is it
yeah.
exciting for you versus anything else?
Yes, this is what I've known my whole career. Like I started working in 2004. Let's not do the math.
Okay, we will not do the
Uh,
math.
but ever since I started working in a product-based business. It was in retail, and until today, this is what I don't know. I'm passionate about it. I can see the ins and out of this type of business, what happens. I love to build brands. I love to help them grow. I love, like, at the first, let's just say it's been more than 20 years, around 20 plus years that I've been doing this. The
Okay.
first part of my career, I had the product based business. And then the next part of my
Mm,
career, I went on the other side and I started working in consultancy and help the product based business grow. So I know both sides, and
okay.
that's why I'm super passionate about it. I also don't see the brand as just one product doing one thing at a time. I see the whole business because I used to manage a whole business before. So I kind of have like a 360 degrees view about everything that goes on in these small businesses. Well, they're small businesses when they come to me, and then we make them we make them grow from there. Um, so basically, when they come to me with a marketing problem, I don't just ask them their marketing questions or what they're doing on social media or if they're doing ads
Yeah.
or if they're on Amazon or whatever. I also ask them about how they ship, where warehousing. I don't know, all of these questions,
What's your
cash
5 a.m.
flow.
gym and coffee and spirituality routine?
Exactly, all of
Yeah.
it, like literally all of it. And maybe that's what makes it different to talk to me, work with me. I don't know, but because I see it all, and I don't just separate like one thing from the business.
Aren't kind of all those things connected anyway?
Everything, all of it.
It's hard for me as a human being, and maybe this is just being an entrepreneur for
Mhm.
I have a technical
Yeah.
entrepreneur anniversary. It's February 1st. That's just what I put in my calendar. It's when I started
Oh,
my
I
business
love it.
16 years ago.
Happy
And
anniversary.
thank
It's
you
like
very
a
much.
few days ago.
It's literally just a few days ago. And
Yeah.
the more that I reflect on being an entrepreneur, also the further away I get from
Hmm.
a corporate lifestyle. My wife has an amazing corporate job. She does really well in it. I don't know how well I would do.
Yeah.
Now, anybody out there wants to offer me, 7 figures to come work at a corporation, I'd consider doing it for a little bit. It'd probably kill me, but I would consider it. Let's just
Yeah.
put it that way. I don't know many people that are offering 7 figures. I'm saying
It's rare. It's rare. Yeah.
dream big. But I reflect back on entrepreneurship, and the thing that got me started in entrepreneurship was not the reason that I still am an entrepreneur. And it would be very hard for me to show up compartmentalized in my organization or anywhere I go to.
Yeah.
And because I feel that the things that make me whole would, if I couldn't share or be that person authentically in my work or at home, it would be hard for me to really give my all. And I want to be passionate about stuff. Don't get me wrong, especially as an entrepreneur, especially as a direct to consumer brand, when you are fighting uphill and you are having to have faith in something that nobody else believes in and is turning you down for and is not giving you investments in and is not inviting you into retailers. You have to fight hard for this thing and believe for it when everyone else says no. So you're gonna have to hit the same nail in the head over and over and over again. But I want to at least have some kind of like drive or passion for it. So I think being able to know those founders in a connected way is probably super, super helpful for you. And then you get to know what makes people tick. When I'm talking with a brand that needs help on Amazon, it's clear to see, sales are declining, something's not working. The reason why they need help, the like root problem there, it may not be they don't have enough money to advertise. Maybe they do. It could be a time bandwidth thing. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's not that they don't know Amazon. It's that they don't have time to do it, or whatever the case might be. But everyone's like reason for doing something is a little bit different. So
yeah, 100%. When you were talking, I was thinking about something. Yesterday, we recorded a new podcast episode where it's going to go live this Friday, and we were talking about something similar. It's when you're an entrepreneur and you're selling a product versus when you're selling a service, it's a completely different world. When you're selling a product, even if you're making 7 figures, even if you're selling for millions of dollars, sometimes you still don't have money because there's a lot of costs you need to reproduce or replenish your inventory. You have
and that's a sunk cost. Once you buy the inventory, it just sits there.
Exactly. It just sits there and it stresses you out even more while you're like, if you're in a service-based company, whatever money you make, you can use it for yourself. If you're a solopreneur, let's say, you have small expenses like the software you use on your phone and your whatever, all of these little things that you have, but it's not as big as having inventory and paying for the warehouses and all the shipping and all of the stuff that product-based businesses do. And it gets really, really stressful and scary. So you need to be really resilient and be able to say, no, I want to do this. This is my passion. This is my dream. And keep on doing, like you were saying, keep on doing this day in and day out. And until you reach the point where everybody's like, oh, overnight success, but it's not really that.
It's a decade-long overnight success. I think
exactly.
I think that's honestly true with almost anything, the whole like overnight success phenomenon. You look at phenomenon.
Yeah, phenomenon.
You look at, I liken the people that maybe get a really big investment and they increase revenue really quickly, but they don't have legs to the American Idol effect of pretty much anybody that won American Idol and was thrust out in the spotlight did not see the winner, did not go on to be successful, except Kelly Clarkson. And she had an amazing voice and still does, and has done a lot of great things. All the like 7th and 2nd place, and other people have gone on, like Carrie Underwood, I think was like 7th or 8th. Jennifer Hudson was in the top, maybe top 10. So all these people that were number 1 got thrust out and had no legs. And I think it's because they didn't take the time to build an audience and to know who they were going to be as who they were going to actually be as a leader. Like there are many times in my career as an entrepreneur. It'll be 10 years this year that I've been running my agency. And I really, truly believe that there are moments where God has like pressed pause on me. Like you need
Yeah.
to develop more as a human and as a leader before you can step into the next thing that I have for you. And
Yes.
however you want to look at that, I think if you don't have that development and you don't know who you are and what makes you tick, and maybe where your flaws are, like you do get to that level of success, I think you have a tendency to crumble a lot quicker.
100%. I see this a lot, and usually that's when they come they come to me
Okay.
to
So you've
be
got to
complete.
type, is what you're saying. You got to type. They need help.
Sort of. Yeah. When people create a product, they don't think about it as a business. They don't think about scaling. They don't think
Mm,
about, I'm going to make $5 million sales or $10 million sales. People who are creating a product and who are passionate about it are different than the people who are doing the drop shipping and the quick making money quickly. So
yeah.
it's two different people. So if you have created your own product and you want to build your brand, you're either doing this for yourself, the longevity of your business. So you want this to be something that you do for like 10 years or 20 years. Or maybe if you're lucky, you can sell it like Siete and Poppy and all of these
Yeah. Cool. 400 million, or what did they sell for?
billions, 2 billion, I
2
believe.
billion. Okay.
Poppy, yeah.
I was way off.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the brand, but like there's PepsiCo and all of these people who are
Sure.
coming and buying all the smaller brands and they're giving them a lot of money. So these are the two reasons. But when you start, you don't know that this is where you want to go. You just have a product and you created it and you start selling. But then you reach a point, you're making, for example, six figures somewhere, I don't know, 400, 500K.
Yeah.
It's a $10 product. It means you're selling a lot to make that 500K. But yet again, you're stuck because you didn't build it on the right foundation, like you were saying about the American
Yeah.
Idol people and all of that. And that's what we try to do. Okay, you reach this point, but let's rebuild it on the right foundation so that you're able to go and make seven figures, hopefully eight figures, hopefully exit for $2 billion. Who knows? But the base is to build it slow and steady on the right foundation. And that starts with who you are as a brand, what your product is, who you're serving, identifying all of these things. Even if you're later on Amazon or you're running ads on Amazon, you can run ads, or on Meta or on TikTok or whatever it is that you're doing, you will know who you're talking to, and you will save also a lot of money because you will be promoting or putting money on the things that will actually resonate with the people you want to, your ideal audience, let's say. So it's somewhere, like you said, American Idol, but for product businesses.
Yeah, well, I think most founders probably have all the stuff in there. Like you said, though, when they get
Yeah.
started, they're like, I have my grandma's recipe for this cookie, and I want to turn it into something big, and I
Yeah.
want to get it out to the world, which is a really broad goal, but you have to have stuff that's measurable. Like getting it out to the world doesn't feel as measurable as I want to generate this amount of income. I want to get into this retailer, and I want to get in front of this many people, or whatever the case may be. But starting to set those goals and then working backwards on how to get to them. But it comes from a place of staying true to who you are as a founder. And if you don't really know who I am as a founder, well, we've got this kind of voice, and we want to speak to this audience, and here's the problem that we really help solve. If you don't know those things, you're going to be chasing everything that pops up. Oh, Walmart called, and Target called, and Amazon, and our direct consumers, and we're going to be partnering with these people, and it just starts to get out of control, and then you're just grabbing
they
at every
want to
shiny
add
thing.
They want to add more products. They want
Yeah,
to add.
we
They
need
want to add
20
more
SKUs,
channels.
Sandy. We need 15
Exactly.
more channels, and that's just not scalable.
Exactly. Especially that they're small, they can't afford it, they cannot hire staff. It's a lot of cost. Like we said, there's a lot of money involved in buying these products and having the inventory. So you can't go all over the place. Take, for example, Graza, the olive oils, you know them?
Yeah, I got it in my cupboard.
Yeah. So they're just olive oil, and that's what they did, and everybody knows it's olive oil. One thing they did differently is the bottle, which was a squeeze bottle, etc. Yes, that was cute, but everything you see on their social media, their ads, why they're popular, etc., all of that. Yes, it's the bottle, but the bottle itself was their selling point.
Yeah.
And it went viral all over the place because they were just focused on that one thing. We sell olive oil in a different bottle, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they don't have 5,000 types of oils. They don't have olive oil soap and olive oil cream and olive oil, I don't know what. They just have this one product, and that's what took them to a whole other level. And sometimes you need to focus on that one thing, but people are afraid. They think that they need to have more channels, they need to have more products, they need to have all sorts of things to be able to sell more. Or they're like, I need to be on TikTok Shop, people are making a lot of money on TikTok Shop. Start by maybe, you know what I mean?
Gosh, everyone's so hot on TikTok. I'm not saying it's not hot, but I feel like I've got thoughts on it is all
Yeah.
I will say for
Well,
now.
we don't have it here yet in Canada, but I'm seeing all the stuff that are happening in other countries. I don't know if it's available outside of the US or is it just US for now? I'm not sure.
I really don't know. I have, yeah.
Yeah, I do have people who like see all the content about TikTok Shop, and they're Canadian brands, and we don't have TikTok Shop here, but they don't even know, and they message me, Sandy, we need to be on TikTok Shop. We don't even have it.
Like, why? Yeah, I think the thing about TikTok Shop is it's hot, and people have heard that there's just these 10 to 1 ROAS on advertising.
Yeah.
And we saw 1 million in sales overnight. Here's the thing though, we're not helping people sell on TikTok Shop because it's very unproven from the long term. There's so much opportunity on Amazon, and we know Amazon super well. So we stay super locked in on what we're to use a Gen Z, Gen Alpha term. We're staying locked in on what we do and work really well. I'm not Gen Z or Gen Alpha, just to be clear. You might think that I am, but I am not. My daughter is actually Gen Alpha. She's the first generation. 2013 is when Gen Alpha started. And I think Gen Beta is like on the way in, which is just crazy to think about.
My niece. Okay, your niece is Gen Beta.
Your niece is Gen Beta. So that would have been 20.
Born now. 25, I think.
25. Oh, because it's every 12 years, which is kind of weird. But we're staying locked in on what works the best. But TikTok Shop is often about buying an audience for a certain period of time. And then a lot of times that audience will go away when the creator, whoever is pushing you, it loses that virality. And you need something that's going to last a little bit longer. So that might be a good like pump strategy, pump a little bit, you know, the brakes go, pump a little bit. You see sales drop a little bit, but long term, you want to have something that's sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of virality, this might be a bit controversial. Every time I say it, I get backlash, but I don't advise product-based businesses or direct-to-consumer brands to chase virality, because it's the highway to a wall. A wall, I don't know, like you're driving full speed and then there's a wall and you're gone because you're going viral. You're not a big company. You don't have a lot of money. It's so nice to go viral. If you're a service-based business, you can scale immediately. But when you're a product-based business, you need time to have, like, if you received 1 million orders, which is amazing, and because you went viral, and you only have 200,000 pieces of that product that people want, how are you gonna make the other 800? What's the time that you need? How much money do you need? All of these things, and then you're gonna lose. Your reputation will go bad. People will start complaining, oh, I never got my order. Maybe they did like a pre-order thing or whatever it is that you're doing. So there's always like a backlash that you're gonna receive from going viral, but maybe like micro viral content. I don't know. Like don't seek the 10 million views on TikTok, but maybe like
10,000 really engaged views could go a really long.
Exactly. And these are the people who will stay with you over and over again and buy from you over and over again. While products, let's say Dubai chocolate, okay, everybody wants to buy chocolate. It's all over TikTok, Dubai chocolate. Everybody's making the recipes. Also,
gas stations are selling it for $20.
Exactly. Everybody started making it at home. the original brand who created this, the company that's in Dubai, I forgot their name. What are they going to do? They sold a lot of Dubai chocolate and now everybody's selling the same thing. But what's next for them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were able to fulfill, you made it, you went viral, all of it. But how can you also continue and ensure that your company survives this one viral product that you have? Like, what's your next move?
Well, it's
Am
hard
I
to
gonna
predict. So how far, to your point, how far in advance can you think,
Yeah,
well, now that we went viral for this next 3 months, we have
yeah,
our, our 6 month and our 12 month and our 2 year strategy laid out. No, you went viral and you
yeah,
go forward and then you hit the wall, like you said. And then what
hmm,
happens next? And how many
yeah,
brands have we heard who, an old example of virality would have been like Walmart sends you $1 million PO and now you get
yeah,
into Walmart and it actually crushes your business.
hmm,
It does the exact opposite of
yes,
what you think because they over leverage you and they have net 120 terms with you.
yes,
And you now have to come up with $500,000 to put together your product to get it there. You have never produced that much before. You don't have the right suppliers. You don't get it in time. You get problems. If something happens with the quality of the goods, Amazon sends it back. They don't take the hit on the inventory you do. And now you have to I declare bankruptcy
yeah,
because you weren't prepared for all this stuff. And like that is what
exactly.
growing slowly,
Hmm.
to your point, it rebuilds the foundation, or you're helping people rebuild the foundation so
Yeah,
that they actually know what they're about. And maybe they can say,
yeah,
you know what? Walmart's sending that big PO. This influencer who wants to work with us, that's not really what we're about. So we're not going to
hmm,
go that path.
yeah. It's just like building when you're building something, you're building a house. It's one thing to build like one level small cottage or something, and it's another thing to build like a 50
Yeah.
floor
To-
whatever,
they're both buildings,
yeah, exactly. You're
different
still
buildings.
building, but this is one floor, this is 50 floors. So 50 floors is like 7, 8 figures, a $2 billion exit, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you have to rethink what you have in the foundations of the thing that you're building so that you're able to go higher and have that skyscraper building.
Yeah,
Let's say.
and Siete could not have predicted that they were going to sell for 2
No,
billion. They had
no,
no clue. It was a matter of being passionate about what they did, and very likely they had great operations, so they worked on that. I really don't know. They had a great brand and they had impeccable timing.
yes,
People were caring more and more and are caring more and more
hmm,
about the quality of the ingredients and of their food.
yeah,
And big companies like Pepsi are seeing a decline in their market share. And so they want to tap into that and they have cash to spend. So they were willing to acquire
they're
Siete.
just buying, yeah,
There's no way they could have predicted that.
no,
And that's the thing about virality or the big exit. One is
hmm,
very few people will have a $2 billion exit, like less than probably
yeah,
less than 0.1%. So like if that's
yes,
your goal, I'm not going to say good luck, but that should not be the
yeah,
goal because it's
no,
just highly unlikely. Doesn't mean it couldn't be you. And we hear all these like, movie star stories of I worked and worked and worked and I slept in my friend's ground and I was homeless
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then I became a success. And it's like, yeah, that's true. That could be it. But like, are you really just that talented? Do you just happen to have that great of a product and impeccable timing? You have
no,
no clue to plan for that. I'm not saying don't have big goals and chase them, but you can't
no,
plan for that virality in
no,
that $2 billion exit.
no. You just have to be ready when luck happens.
Tell us more. How does a brand be ready for when luck happens? Because I feel like
Yeah.
there's some wisdom there that you can share with us.
Yes. Um, you like the people at Siete, they started, or like people at Poppy. Um, I watched a podcast episode and she told her story a little bit, Poppy.
Okay.
She just started in her basement creating like some fermented drink, and she went to the farmer's market, and that's where it wasn't called Poppy. It didn't look like anything.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just she like with her husband, and she was pregnant, and all of that kind of a story. And then somebody from Whole Foods came, and then they said, this we might be interested in a product like yours, but we don't know about the name and all of these things. So that just validated her idea, like, oh my God, maybe people would want to buy these things, not just in a farmer's market, because Whole Foods came. So that was her first luck, but that was not when she scaled to 2 billion. So one
Right.
thing led to the other. She worked, she continued doing, all the reps and going from one store to the other and this and that. And then she talks about how she waited in line outside pregnant to go into Shark Tank. And that's where everything started, because they gave her the money at Shark Tank. And then they suggested that she works on her brand. And that's the most important part. They rebranded her. They called it Poppy.
What was
They
it called
did
before?
all
Do
of,
you know?
I forgot, honestly.
Not good enough to remember, I
No,
guess.
yeah, exactly. It didn't pop like Poppy.
There you go.
Yeah. So what took her to the next level is the brand. So that's what built the foundation. And that's what I work on with all the people, like all the clients and the people in my programs, because that's the foundation of it all. Who you are serving. Are you serving Gen Z? Okay, Poppy is cool. It's colorful. It serves Gen Z. But if it's called, I don't know, something brew, it will not.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If it's
Yeah.
not colorful, it's not for Gen Z. So who you are serving, what you are doing, what is your product? Is it natural? Is it a sugary drink? Is it whatever it is? All of these elements, the personality of your brand, like Graza is always, they have like these mascots who wear like the olive oil bottle, and then they go on the street and then they film things and they put them on TikTok,
Okay.
all of these
That's
things.
funny.
So you don't take these decisions in a random way. You take it because I know I'm targeting Gen Z, for example. We're talking
Great.
about Gen Z a lot, but
Yeah. Let's do it.
I know I'm targeting Gen Z. I know Gen Z likes this. If I'm selling them a drink, it has to be done in a funny way, in a this way. I don't know, are they 20? Are they 15? Are they 10? All of these things allow you to position yourself in the market, because every single product has been created. Like, we're not reinventing the wheel. It's just olive oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And you
what
don't
are
have to,
you
the thing is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's not a requirement.
exactly, the way you position yourself in the market and you build the strong foundations is by working on your brand, your personality, knowing who you're talking to them in their own language, doing all the things that are here, like whether your content, your branding, all of it, your packaging, everything, where you are, the events that you sponsor, etc., in a way that positions you and you become top of mind in the minds of this category of people that you are seeking. And that's when you're eventually, hopefully, going to attract investors like PepsiCo, and then they will buy you because you're poppy and everybody loves you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But eventually, like you said, not everybody will have a $2 billion exit, but you will probably have a brand that people love, and you'll be able to scale it and have something that can sustain your lifestyle, and you can employ other people, and have longevity for your business.
Sandy, if there's just one thing, like let's distill down to one thing that brands can walk away with today that they can do to better set themselves up for the future, what would that be?
Build your brand on the right foundation. Don't hurry in make let's say, don't focus on those getting rich quick schemes and
Yeah.
ideas. You're selling a product, slow and steady, be ready when luck happens, because it will happen if you do it the right way.
I love that. Slow and steady, be ready when luck happens. Thank you so much for coming on today. I think that's been super helpful. I enjoyed it. And you know what? It's called Michael Maher Live. It's not called Audience Live, so they don't get to decide if it was good or not. Maybe by liking it, I don't know. But I think that's
Let
great
us know
advice.
in the comments if you like.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you like Be Ready When Luck Happens, because I think that's a t-shirt waiting to be made. But if people want to know more about what you're doing, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn at Sandy Dedeian. It's my full name. I also have a podcast. It's called the Rectified Podcast. So it's on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Awesome. Sandy Dedeian. Thank you so much for
Yes.
being here. That's it,
Thank
everybody.
you.
See you later.